Hi everyone. I'm Sammy, and my mentor's name is Lizzie Marr. I'm currently zooming in from San Francisco, California, and my research primarily focuses on the epigenetic and environmental factors or intersections of Crohn's disease, which consists of the genetics of the disease, environmental factors that affect disease severity and trigger onset, and the disease's relationship to the microbiome. I chose to research this because it's a topic that I'm really passionate about. I'm so passionate about it because my brother was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, which was passed down from my father. And I've experienced firsthand like the struggles that he has gone through with it. And this kind of ignited something in me to like want to be involved in finding a cure for the disease, as there is no existing cure at the moment. So today I'd like to embark on a journey into the intricate world of Crohn's disease, which is a subset of IBD and a chronic inflammatory bowel disease that affects over half a million Americans. So despite decades of research, its etiology still remains mysterious. It's characterized by a multifaceted interplay of genetic, environmental, and immune system factors. So yeah, join me as we dive into research that hopefully sheds light on these complexities and unveils potential avenues for more effective management and treatment. So during the presentation, I'm going to be going over genetic factors, environmental factors, microbial factors, and future directions. But before we dive into all of that, let's go over a little bit of background on Crohn's disease. So Crohn's disease is named after Burlby Crohn, who first described and discovered the disease in 1932. Um, it's a chronic inflammatory bowel disease that affects the gastrointestinal tract, and it's characterized by a range of debilitating symptoms, including abdominal pain, diarrhea, weight loss, fatigue, and rectal bleeding, which these symptoms can vary in severity and may come and go over time, significantly impacting an individual's quality of life. Um, and inflammation associated with Crohn's disease can lead to complications such as strictures, fistulas, and nutritional deficiencies, which further intensify the disease's impact. Strictures can cause narrowing of intestines, while fistulas create abnormal connections with the intestines or other organs. And nutritional deficiencies can result in various health issues, including chronic diseases like cancer and osteoporosis. So let's go over a little bit of the diagnosis. And so diagnosis of Crohn's disease includes medical history, physical examination, blood tests, and imaging studies such as colonoscopies. And all these involve like really comprehensive approaches. But the most important thing is, despite advancements in diagnosis and treatment, there is currently no cure for Crohn's disease. But current treatment primarily focuses on managing symptoms, including maintaining remission and preventing complications. And yeah, genetic factors. So you may be wondering, is Crohn's disease a genetic disease? Well, it is, but only partly. There are so many genetic factors involved, but also as well as environmental factors, microbial factors, and lifestyle factors that really make the inheritance pattern unclear. It does, however, tend to run in families, which does make it genetic. So now we will explore these factors and look at how we could potentially take a step in the right direction in finding more effective treatments or possibly even a cure for Crohn's disease. So our exploration begins with the underpinnings of Crohn's disease. Decades of research have identified key genes implicated in disease pathogenesis, including NOD2, ATG16L1, or L1, IL2, 3R, and IRGM, which play pivotal roles in immune system function and bacterial response within the gut. So for instance, variations in the NOD2 gene disrupt the body's ability to sense and respond appropriately to bacterial invasion, leading to chronic inflammation in the digestive tract. And recent studies have demonstrated distinct patterns of NOD2 protein expression in Crohn's disease patients compared to healthy individuals. This altered expression contributes to an overreactive immune response, culminating in the characteristic symptoms of Crohn's disease, such as abdominal pain, diarrhea, and rectal bleeding. Moreover, the effects of genetic variations extend beyond the gastrointestinal tract impacting systemic inflammatory responses and highlighting the interconnectedness of genetic factors of Crohn's disease. And some recent research on genetic factors. So yeah, further strengthening our understanding of the genetic landscape. Recent research has delved into the dynamic relationship between genetic predisposition and environmental triggers in activating Crohn's disease. So despite being carriers of disease-associated genes, not all individuals develop the condition, underscoring the complex underscoring the context interplay between genetics and the environment. So now we'll move on to environmental triggers. So environmental influences from viral infections to dietary choices further complicate the Crohn's disease landscape. While genetic predisposition sets the stage, environmental triggers can unleash disease onset or intensify symptoms. For example, viral infections not only pose a direct threat to the immune system, but could also trigger inflammatory responses within the gut, which potentially leading to flare-ups of Crohn's disease symptoms. And these are some examples of environmental triggers. So research into the intricate relationship between environmental factors and Crohn's disease has revealed fascinating insights into disease pathogenesis. For instance, studies have highlighted the role of oxidative stress gene expression, DNA methylation, and gut microbiota interaction in triggering Crohn's disease. And through comprehensive analysis, researchers have identified effects and underlying mechanisms of oxidative stress genes in Crohn's disease, offering potential targets for therapeutic intervention. Moreover, recent research has shed light on the systemic nature of health, emphasizing the crucial link between oral health and Crohn's disease. Studies have identified overgrowth in foreign bacteria and in individuals with Crohn's disease originating from the oral cavity. This discovery kind of underscores the importance of considering oral health as a factor in the complex etiology of Crohn's disease and highlights the potential impact of oral hygiene practices and on disease management. So next we will dive into microbial factors. So moving beyond genetics, the gut microbiome emerges as a pivotal player in Crohn's disease pathogenesis, comprising over 100 trillion microorganisms. The gut microbiome establishes a symbiotic relationship with the host, influencing crucial physiological processes such as immune system development and intestinal homeostasis. And some examples of microbial factors. Recent studies have illuminated the intricate interplay between microbial factors and host immunity in Crohn's disease. Loss of function mutations in the pattern receptor NOD2, for example, are strongly associated with the disease, highlighting its significance in disease pathology. Moreover, dysbiosis and imbalance in gut microbes kind of shows inflammation and disease severity, further emphasizing the importance of microbial factors in Crohn's disease pathogenesis. And also research into the therapeutic interventions targeting the gut microbiota has shown promise in managing Crohn's disease. Exclusive internal nutrition, also known as EEN, for instance, has emerged as a successful non-pharmacological strategy for inducing remission in individuals with Crohn's disease. And despite the clear efficiency of EEN, however, the precise mechanisms underlying its positive outcomes remain uncertain, underscoring the need for further research in this area. So now we'll look at some future directions, and these are some of my suggestions on how we could expand and improve the current treatment methods in the field of Crohn's disease. So as we navigate the complexities of Crohn's disease, future research directions become more important in our quest for more effective management and treatment strategies. And precision medicine approaches leveraging genetic profiling, microbiome analysis, and environmental exposure data hold a lot of promise for optimizing therapeutic outcomes and minimizing negative effects. Um, also integration of omics techniques, including genomics, epigenomics, transcriptomics, proteomics, and metabolomics present kind of lots of opportunities for unraveling the complex molecular mechanisms underlying Crohn's disease. So by integrating data across multiple omics layers, researchers can gain a more comprehensive understanding of disease biology and identify novel therapeutic targets. And finally, just to conclude everything, our journey through the complexities of Crohn's disease has kind of illuminated the pivotal roles of genetics, microbiome, and environment in disease development and progression. And by leveraging these insights and advancing our understanding of disease mechanisms, we move closer to personalized treatments, improved diagnostic methods, and ultimately a brighter future for individuals living with this debilitating condition, and possibly even a cure. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sammy. Yeah, initial question from the audience. So this is actually around what you mentioned, EEN. So what are some of the characteristics of EEN, and based off of what you know about the factors underlying Crohn's disease, what do you have any hypotheses in terms of what EEN is doing to improve Crohn's disease symptoms?
So yeah, it's like it's a diet that I guess people with Crohn's disease go on for about I think 6 to 12 weeks. And actually my brother did something similar to EEN, where it's usually just they people drink these like shakes instead of actually eating foods and stuff like that, which really help alleviate symptoms of Crohn's disease. But there's also been more research on other diets that may be even better than EEN. There's this one I forgot the name of it, but it's being done in Tel Aviv, uh, or that's where it was researched, and yeah, and it's shown to some of the effects. They did a study, and some of the effects of that diet has also kind of been a little better than some of the effects that EN has had. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for expanding on that. Additional question here. So you mentioned as one of the possible kind of environmental or triggers is like oral hygiene and health.
Yeah.
Uh, what types of behaviors do they associate with like possibly triggering Crohn's disease?
Um, so yeah, oral health is kind of a massive, it kind of has emerged as more of a bigger influence on Crohn's disease, like something like just not brushing your teeth that could lead to more like bacteria in the mouth. And that also relates to the microbiome as well, because your microbiome it's consists of large range of bacteria, a lot of good bacteria, a lot of bad bacteria, but you really want diversity in your microbiome for like a stronger immune system, and also like not developing diseases like Crohn's disease. So the bacteria, the oral bacteria could like that could affect like because that could be bad bacteria and that could affect like stuff like developing Crohn's disease, developing symptoms for Crohn's disease, and just stuff like that. But yeah,
Makes sense. Um, Thank you so much, Sammy.
yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.